Hey everybody, Napalminator here. Let's talk about ward. I run into lots of people who don't get ward. I run into tier 7 people, tier 8 people, tier 9 people who don't understand how ward can help them. So I'm going to talk about the mechanics of ward, hopefully help you understand how it works, how it can increase your effectiveness as a player. First off, I'm going to fire off some attacks here while I'm talking, just to keep my phone on. There we go. So, first of all, what's ward? If you don't understand it, it's this purple bar on your screen that never seems to move or occasionally randomly moves and seems pointless. I've seen ward referred to as extra hit points. I've heard it referred to as armor. Both of these are correct in a way. Ultimately, it's a way to increase your survivability or your longevity in battles. So, first off, like I said, if you don't understand how ward works, it's just this purple bar that never moves. So the first thing you need to understand about ward is that you have to activate it to make it do something. And the easiest way for any player to do that is simply to hit defend, which I will do right now. And there it said 89 damage. You saw the yellow number, and there was a purple number below that said 22. So that means I took 89 total damage, but 22 of it got absorbed into my purple ward bar. And the rest, which would be 67, went into my regular red hit points bar. See if I can get it to pop again. There was 411 and 102. Now defend gives you 2 turns of ward. It gives you the turn immediately after you hit it, and then gives you the next turn of your opponent also. And you can see here, defend ward 1 turn. That means on the next turn I will also have the benefits of ward. So even if I don't hit defend, well, he missed me there, but if I hit defend, it's 88 and 22 and I attack, and there was 410 and 102, so I get 2 turns of the benefits of ward when I hit defend. Now you might be saying, what's the point of 2 turns? That doesn't seem very useful, and you would mostly be right. The main usage of the defend really is when you have a raid boss who's going to throw one of their big hits at you and you want to attempt to survive it, because then that absorbs some of that damage into the ward bar. I've heard people ask, can I hit defend a whole bunch of times and stack a bunch of turns of ward up? And yes, you can. However, you're stacking them 1 turn at a time, and that's really inefficient, which leads me into, there are much better ways to get many turns of ward, and that is with the easiest way is with the fortify skills. You can see on my screen here I have fortify 3 down towards the bottom right. That gives me 7 turns of ward. So if I hit fortify 3, there you saw, absorb some into ward, and now if you look at my defend, you can see I have 6 turns left. So that means for the next 6 turns, no matter what skills I use, I am reaping the benefits of ward. If I hit stance again, and again, and again, you can see I'm getting those purple numbers at the bottom. Now I still have 3 turns left. So these fortify skills are a great way to stack turns of ward. Sometimes people ask, how many turns can I stack? There appears to be no limit. I have stacked over 50 turns at times. You can sit there and tap Fortify and as many times as you want, and you will there's effectively no limit that I can find. So Fortify, there are three Fortify skills. Fortify 1 is bought from the Arcanist, it gives you 3 turns. Fortify 2 comes from the Centurion class, gives you 5 turns, and Fortify 3 comes from Majestic and gives you those 7 turns. Very nice. So you can really stack a bunch of turns up in a raid or a gauntlet or whatever and just have ward on tons of turns, and then you can focus on attacking and whatever else you need to do. So next point. So you may have noticed that my purple ward bar here is going down slowly. Right now it's at about 6,000. It was up higher. Toss some mana on here. So if he hits me, there you can see now it's at 5,900, so it went down. Right now it's going pretty slowly because he's not hitting me very hard. However, if you do enough turns, or if you're up against an opponent that is hitting you much harder, that purple bar can start going down pretty fast. You might say, how do I get it back up? The way you do that, there are no potions that do that. There are skills that do that. The Mend Wall skills, you can see here towards the lower right again. I have Mend Wall 3, which is the best one. Let me check where those come from. Okay, Mend Wall 1 is, well, that is a pet skill, actually. Mend Wall 2 is from Centurion. It recovers 25% of your ward. Like I have about 6,700, 6,800 total, so that would recover about 1,700 or so. And then Mend Wall 3 is learned by Druid, and that recovers 50%. So if I hit Mend Wall 3 here, you can see 3353. That was 50% of my ward, so actually, yeah, about 6,700 there. And that's how you recover your purple ward bar. Next point, which is where I think it gets really fun, is buffing ward or increasing the absorption percentage. So right now, if you're paying attention, let me get Fortify back on here. See if I can get him to hit me. Of course he misses. 360 and 90. 90 is 25% of 360. By default, for the majority of classes and specializations, you're absorbing 25% of the damage into your ward bar. If they hit you for 100, 25 points goes into the ward bar. So there are, however, skills that increase that absorption percentage. Right now I have one called Ward of Mithril equipped, so I'm going to hit that. I'm going to see if I can get him to hit me. Come on, there we go. 363 and 272 if you were paying attention. That's 75% now. Now instead of 75% going into my red hit points bar and 25% into my purple ward bar, it's 25% into my red hit points bar and 75% into my purple ward bar. Let's see if I can get another. There you go. Way more going into my purple ward bar. That really can extend your lifespan in a battle. There are several spells that do this. Ward of Mithril is bought from an Arcanist and does it at 75%. There's one called Ward of Light, or sorry, Ward of Iron. That one does 35%. There is Ward of Steel, which does 50%. And then there are also the Rampart Skills. You can see I have one equipped here. The Rampart Skills, Rampart 1 also increases it to 35%. That's bought from the Arcanist. Rampart 2 comes with Centurion, does 50%, and Rampart 3 increase it to 75%. So a lot of options there for increasing those percentages. There's also one Divine Bastion, which comes with Atlas Vanguard, that actually increases it to 100%. So you can get ward absorption up to 100%. However, if you're in a tough battle, you're going to be spending a lot of time with Mendwall there. So yeah, throw some more hits. You can see it stays at 75. Now, an important point to remember, I'm going to draw it down, so I'm taking regular damage. There we go. You saw there were no purple numbers there. All of that went into my red hit points bar. Now, I'm going to hit Rampart 2 here. Now, Rampart 2 normally changes it to 50%. But if you were paying attention there, you saw the numbers there. The purple number was still 75% of the total damage. Something important to remember. First of all, even when ward expires, like right now I don't have ward up, it's all going into my red hit points. But as soon as I fortify again, get some mana here. As soon as I fortify again, I'm still taking 75%. Once you establish that percent absorption, that sticks with you for the entire battle. Even if you let those ward turns expire, that 75% sticks. It also sticks even if you throw a skill that has a lower percentage on it. Like here, Rampart 2 is only 50%, but even if I hit that, there you go, 270 and 360 about, I still have that 75% absorption rate. So once you establish that high absorption rate, it's there for the entire battle, or that battle with a raid boss. After you die, you start over. It also sticks throughout an entire gauntlet. Once you establish it, it's there. It's sticky, so to say. And that's really handy. You only have to throw that Ward of Mithril once in a battle, or Divine Bastion once in a battle, get that high percentage, and then for the rest of the time you can be using Fortify, because Fortify uses less mana there. You can see it's 75 instead of 120, and it does 7 turns instead of 5 turns on the Ward of Mithril. So it's a more efficient skill to use for keeping your ward going. Yeah, there it is. There are your 3 main components to ward. First of all, you have to activate it and then extend the turns. Next thing you have to keep an eye on is healing or mending it. And finally, you need to hopefully be able to change your absorption percentage so more goes into your ward bar instead of your health bar. I haven't covered all the skills in this. There are some more skills out there. Atlas Vanguard comes with several skills. You can look that up on the guide. Arcanic comes with some skills. And then Cataphract, the specialization, also has some unique stuff. And I'm going to show you some of that unique stuff with Atlas Vanguard right now. I'm going to flee this battle. I'm going to change myself to an Atlas Vanguard. So Atlas Vanguard has some magical ward skills. One of them is Shoulders of Giants. Now, Shoulders of Giants. So it says ward is automatically activated in battle and recovers each turn. So what that means is when you start a battle as an Atlas Vanguard, your ward is automatically activated. You don't have to hit defend or use fortify or ward of mithril or anything else. You are automatically warding for 7 turns. And then recovers each turn. You have 5% ward recovery every single turn, no matter what. So when you combine a high absorption percentage with that auto recovery every turn, that makes Atlas Vanguard a pretty potent opponent, in my opinion. Let me go and hit another raid here. Let me hit Apollyon. Oh, no, he's not up. Let me see if I can get Merlin to even go. He'll probably kill me instantly, of course, because I'm making a video, but whatever. Okay. So, I'm going to put Golem's Fortitude up for the defense. I'm going to fortify just so I have some turns. Now you can see I have 12 turns, and now I'm going to throw Divine Bastion up. And Divine Bastion, the bad part about that is that it takes 3 turns, so I just have to sit here and take damage. Aha! Also, Divine Bastion mends your wall if it successfully goes, and now if I start attacking him, you can see there, if I can get him to hit me again. .402, 402. All of my damage is going into my word bar. And you'll see that 338 popping there, that purple 338 popping towards the top. That is the amount of ward that I am automatically recovering. Really, when you have Divine Bastion up, that's basically like getting life back. Since as long as you have something in your ward bar and can absorb stuff, nothing is going into your hit points bar. So, yeah, Atlas Vanguard can be a very potent defensive guy. If you're at high levels of arena, you've probably discovered Atlas Vanguards are really aggravating to fight because they have ward on automatically and it replenishes. Throw a couple more hits in, see if I can get some more damage on this guy. Actually doing pretty good on this run. Usually he hits me within the first 5, but yeah. There you go, 539 all into ward bar. And there he hit me for 538. I let it die. Now if I go, you can see on my defend, since I let ward die, I didn't refortify. Now all that damage is going to start going into my hit points bar. 537. And I'll just run it down here. I'll just get my hits in, call it good. There also is, while I'm running it down here, there's also Cataphract. If I recall, I don't play Cataphract, but if I recall, Cataphract gets 3 turns and like 3 or 4% recovery of the ward every turn. There we go. So, there you have it. Activate ward, mend ward, increase your absorption percentage, and that's it. That's your basic mechanics there. Yeah. Good luck. I hope that's good information for everybody. Have fun with it.